Hello, 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 guys. Welcome to this live broadcast. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am so glad you are here joining me. When you come on to this broadcast, make sure that you say hello. I want to make this interactive. Tell me where you're from. If you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, this is our way to communicate. So whether I acknowledge you during our show today, Workouts for Older Men Live, or afterwards, later on in the day, I want to connect with you. Doesn't matter if you're watching me on the replay version, if you're watching me on YouTube or on Facebook, I'm so glad you're here. Make sure that you participate. Let's interact. I'm so glad you're here. In this video, I want to talk about how to find the right training routine. I work with so many men, just like you, a little bit older, busy, productive lives, and you want to be effective and efficient with your time. If you're going to go through all this effort, you want to make sure you have the right training routine. And I talk to so many of you over the phone, one-on-one, and I know your frustrations. I know your concerns. I know what you're worrying about. I know what you're looking for, what you're not able to find. I know there's so much information on the internet. Many of it, of the information sounds good. It's from very passionate, sometimes much, much younger fitness experts who are all in. They're really excited. That's their lifestyle, and they're giving the training routines. Again, they're very convincing. They're very certain about what they do, and you may have tried those routines, or a lot of guys bounce from video to video to video. Whether it's on YouTube or any social media platforms, they're taking in all this information from all the fitness experts and getting more and more confused because each one of these younger, passionate fitness experts, they're all so certain. And so once you get going and you think you're doing the right thing, you got the right training routine, someone else is, wow, that guy looks great. Man, he is certain. Maybe I should be doing that routine. So I want to help you find the right training routine for you. I want to give you the mental and emotional flexibility, what to look for, and even climb into the mind of some of these fitness experts so you understand. Unfortunately, when you're watching these videos, you can't have a two-way conversation so you can check for understanding, right? Are you interpreting right? Are they telling you what you need to hear? Is it right for you? There's no back and forth communication. That's why I love talking to you guys on the phone. That's why I love the effectiveness and efficiency of one-on-one coaching. Again, in this video, I'm going to do another set. In this video, I want to help you get through all the confusion, all the frustration, all the overwhelm, all the self-doubt, and help you get on the process to finding the right training routine for you. Again, I am so glad you're here. Continue to post your comments, your questions, your suggestions, your hellos in the comment section. Picked a weight that was way too light. What happens? You don't want to waste a set. What happens when you pick a weight that's too light? You know, you underestimate your strength, your power, and you're right in the middle of the set. And let's say you have a rep range. Let's say 6 to 8 reps, 8 to 10 reps. Do you keep on going until you just burn out when you picked a weight that's too light? Right? You're stronger than you anticipated. Right? This is why I suggest that you stay within your rep range, whatever that is, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, whatever it is. Just slow it down, right? Slow it down. You can make lighter weight feel heavy with just incredibly focused form, feel, execution, mind, muscle connection, right? So stay within your rep range. Just slow it down and really feel it. Make a note of it on your training log. Don't make that mistake the next time. We got to be effective and efficient with every single one of our sets, right? That's what man formation training is all about. That's what I really emphasize to you. Sometimes it's not the training routine. It's what you put into it. And sometimes it's these small distinctions like this that make the difference. You stack that over a set, over an exercise, a workout, over your entire week. It's these small distinctions that help you get more out of your training routine. So I would not suggest that you keep on going, right, until you fail. I suggest that you slow it down, keep it within that rep range. Again, make those notes so you don't make that mistake next time. Learn from it. All right, in this video, I want to talk about how to find the right training routine. Guys, I talk to you all the time. I know that you want to put your effort into this. Why can't this be more black and white? Why can't you just find a training routine for you? Especially when you're a little bit older, you've got a busy, productive life. I mean, you love fitness, you want to put in your time, but you can't just put everything into it, all of your willpower, focus, energy, and time, like maybe you did when you were younger, maybe those younger, passionate fitness experts, right? So is the training routine, is it right for you? All right, I want to give you some things to consider, to think about as you make the decision, because let's face it, if there was a cookie-cutter training routine that was right for everybody, I don't know, based on their height, just if they want to build muscle, lose body fat, it would be simple. There would be like 5 training routines on the internet, and you wouldn't even have this confusion. Right, so we got to figure out what's best for you. I know it's challenging sometimes. I know it's a game, but that's the whole beauty of this. When you master it, you're in that special group. And I know a lot of my guys who are a little bit older, you're already in that special group. You look amazing for your age. I get that, right? Everybody, you respect, you admire everything they do, and people respect you and admire what you've done. And you've distanced yourself from the men your age. But you want to get closer to me. What are the distinctions? Is it the right training routine? Right? Let me first tell you, as you go through this process, I understand how confusing, how overwhelming it is. I do. I get it. Sometimes you just got to have that patience, that poise as you work through the process. It's like with your job, right? Maybe you've been at your job for 20 years, right? You have some young guy, and he just wants to know all the answers right away. And even as a mentor, someone trying to help him out, you can give him a good 60, 70, 80% of it. But the last bit that makes the biggest difference, he's going to have to just go through the process and just kind of go through himself. And so if you've mastered, what it takes to have a great business, you're great at your job, maybe your family, right? And you got guys that you appreciate their passion, their enthusiasm to have the right way to do it right away. It's only so much. So don't put too much pressure on yourself to know all the answers and have absolute certainty right at the beginning, right? Just have enough to go forward. When you pick out a training routine, right, how many days a week should you train out? You got to pick out a routine that is sustainable for you. I would pick out a routine. If you can only train 3 days, there are great training routines that can help you reach your goals, depending on what those are, even when you only train 3 days a week. Do you want to train 6 days a week? I've had guys come to me, they just love training so much. They want to train 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. And they want me to tell them, is that the best way to train? Right? People tell me I'm overtraining. Well, you need to pick a routine that is best for you. You will intensify a shorter workout and get more out of it if you must, because you can only fit 3 days of training into your schedule, and your fitness is important to you. And if you want to train 6 days a week at 2 hours a day, have at it. But you need to know that with that amount of volume, you'll naturally kind of slow it down, right? Lessen the intensity to get through the workouts. It'd be a sprint versus a middle distance or a long distance race. But there is no right or wrong way, because it's you. You're going to put the intensity, the mind, the muscle connection, right? You're going to choose to pick 5 more pounds or not, to go 1 more rep or not. It's not just going to be the amount of days, the amount of exercise, a certain exercise on the schedule. You're going to be the determining factor. I want you to pick out a routine, especially if you're a little bit older with a busy life, something that is sustainable to you. You need to decide that and get the most out of it. That's probably the most important thing. Let me just tell you this too. As you're doing the routine, I have a lot of guys who look in the mirror, and it is so common to think, I should be getting more for all this training that I'm doing, right? All this dedication. I should have bigger biceps. Sometimes to be more cut, more ripped. It's very common. All of us to look in the mirror and think that we should get more for all this effort we're putting in. And we want to blame the training routine. Right? Let me just tell you something. A lot of times with guys, you're just not lean enough. You're maybe building the muscle. The training routine is doing its part. Right? But you're just not lean enough. Right? Just see what it's doing. You're not going to get lean through that training routine. It's going to be through your diet. So remember that. A lot of the gains that you're getting from their training routine, when you look in that mirror and you want more, going back to the gym, training your training routine, looking on the internet for another training routine, it may be right in front of you. It may be under that layer of fat. So you need to remember that. Right? Remember, you are the person, your details, attention to details, that effort that you give or don't give, it's going to make all the difference in the world with your training routine. But let me just tell you this, guys. Now, this is my years of experience talking to you, all right? It is so much. Your training, give it 100%. Give it 100%. But if you do not watch that diet, you're not going to see the muscle gains that you want, and you're not going to see the details of the muscle, right? So much is nutrition. You got to understand that. Train hard in the gym, but many times I talk to guys, they text me their pictures as I help them to get through all this confusion, overwhelm. They're looking at their training routine. They're frustrated. They're breaking it down. Training routine. All right? And I'm telling you, it's over here on the diet. It's over here on the diet. Many times your training routine, it's working great for you. Just got to put more effort into it. All right, guys. Hey, there is still time later on this month. We're actually starting our 12-week transformation journey. Go to skiplecor.com/transformation. Join men who are just like you, a little bit older. They're dedicated. They're committed. I do 3 one-hour coaching. A lot of the men, they've already had their coaching calls. Right? They're all ready. I'm keeping in contact when we start our 12-week journey. I know a lot of you guys have been visiting the site, been asking me questions about take action now. Let's get started this weekend on your one-on-one coaching calls. Let's do them over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be together for 12 weeks. I'm going to check in with you on the phone for 12 weeks after we have our 3 coaching sessions, 1 hour, and get the goal setting. It all ties in with your life. The next session, 1 hour, all these calls are recorded. We're going to break down training. When you are done with me on the phone, we will have the right training routine. You'll have the certainty and confidence. You'll know why you're doing what you're doing, why those other training routines may not be best for you. And again, you'll have the certainty and confidence to move forward. The 3rd session, all recorded again. We'll come up with a perfect diet for you to tie it all in together. So 3 hours of one-on-one time with me. Then we start our 12-week journey, conference calls once a week for 3 months, 12 weeks. And every week during those 12 weeks, I call you, we check in, I keep you accountable to the promises that you make to yourself. Right? So join me, go to skiplecor.com/transformation, join our transformation journey. All right, let me say hello. Julio, good to have you here. Mark, this show isn't for you. That's what you need to go to somebody else's show, Mark. Jonah, good to have you here. Pete, good to have you here. Julio. Mohammed, good to have you here. Ivan. Jeff is watching. Dwayne. Chris. Ron. Martin. Good to have you here, guys. Bruno. Jim, nice to have you. Safrans. Alan. James. All right, Jack. All right, good to have you guys here. All right, so let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. All right, let's do that. Got more time behind us than we do in front of us. All right, we got to live with that sense of urgency. So train, eat, connect, produce at home when you get outside of the gym. Love, hug, connect with a sense of urgency. Got more time behind us than we do in front of us if we're a little bit older. All right, so have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Hey, if you have any interest in the 12-week transformation journey, get in touch with me. I've got my phone number there for the fast movers. Fill out that questionnaire. If you have we can talk about it, see if it's a good fit. If you have any interest at all, join me on the 12-week transformation journey. Again, have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger than getting bigger.